What's going on, everybody? I'm Kevin from Cigar Prop, and it is another Drew Estate Tabak and Tech Tip Sunday, powered by Monster Energy Rehab. Oh, that's hitting the spot this morning. All right, it is hot here in Florida, and I've been hearing it's hot in a lot of places in the country, so that means it's air conditioning season. It's definitely that case at my shop. Our shop, Tires Plus, and we've had a lot of AC come in this week. Some people don't understand a lot about AC services, so we'll go over a couple of scenarios that I had. A gentleman calls up on the phone. Hey, I see online that you have a $9.99 AC inspection service, diagnosis, what you will. What all does that entail? And I go, well, you spoke to the right person. I'm the technician that would actually be working on your vehicle. For $9.99, I'm going to pull the car in the shop and turn the air conditioning on. If it doesn't work, I'm going to say, your AC doesn't work. He's like, that's it? And I go, that's what you get for $9.99. I go, a lot of these, and I tell him, I go, I'm going to be honest with you. These $9.99 services, they're to get you inside the shop thinking that you're going to get a diagnosis, and you're not. Yes, I can hook up the gauges to your car. I can turn the AC on. I can make it look like I'm doing a lot for $9.99 when I'm doing absolutely nothing. Nothing that's going to help me diagnose why your car isn't performing properly, and nothing that's going to help you at all. So he says, well, what is it going to cost to diagnose my AC system? I go, let's not worry about that right now. Why don't we talk about what's going on with your air conditioning system, and let's see if I can help you out over the phone, and then that way we can kind of gauge what's going on with it. So we talked. I set up an appointment, and then he thanked me. He goes, thank you. You know, there's not a lot of people that would have spent the time with me. And I go, and I said, if you called up and you spoke with a salesman, I mean, we have great sales associates at our place, but I go, it's going to be a little bit different than talking with a technician. So he'll come in. We'll go from there. Diagnostic service. That leads us into the next one. A young lady calls up. She's down the street at the Valvoline Quick Lube, and my AC is blowing warm, and I'm here to get my AC, and then I want to be like, why did you go to a Quick Lube to have your air conditioning looked at? Is it because of that is it because of that $9.99 special? I don't understand that. Quick Lubes are a great place. I'm not like a lot of mechanics that will downplay. I came from the Quick Lube industry for 15 years. Had one of the top performing Quick Lubes in the top 5% in the state of Florida. We were busy. We hired the best. We did a lot of work. We didn't do mechanic work because that's not what we specialized in. Quick Lubes have better equipment than I do for like fluid flushes, things like that. What we have is archaic. I mean, stone man or caveman day equipment compared to what Quick Lubes have. But the difference is we have 2,500 stores. It's hard to buy equipment for 2,500 stores. When you got like 2 or 3 Quick Lubes, you can afford to buy the best equipment there is. And then when it comes to fluids, they are knowledgeable. They are not more knowledgeable than me. I used to work for Pennzoil. They teach classes, so I'm up on my fluids. I'm the fluid go-to guy in my shop. But Quick Lubes are great places to have your fluids serviced. But air conditioning work, no, they take an IMACA class online, and they all they do is evac and recharge. That's all they do. If it doesn't blow warm or doesn't blow cold afterwards, they don't charge you. Sorry, that didn't work. We're not going to charge you. Now you got to waste your time going somewhere else. Not waste your time, but spend more time going somewhere else. So she's like, I have a Volvo, I forget whatever it was, a little SUV. And they said I have to take it to a specialty shop because they don't have the tools. I'm like, well, they just don't want to work on your Volvo, man. It's the same, ma'am. It's the same tools everybody else has. So she brings it in. How much is it going to cost? And I'm like, I'm going to be honest with you. I go, it's $110. What that does is that's an evacuation and recharge. I need to know how much refrigerant is in the system before I can even start to diagnose it. Even electrically, I have to know how much refrigerant is in the system. And then some people say, $100, that's a lot. It's really not. For A, you got to pay me to do it. You're paying for my expertise. In the machine has filters. We filter all the refrigerant as it's coming out, so we can put it in our recovery tank. And then, we're putting it back in your vehicles. Those filters have a finite lifespan. So we calculate filter usage into each service. Because I said after a set amount of time, the machine locks down and I can't use it. And I got to put a $300 filter pack inside there. And it's a couple-hour job tearing the machine apart. It's not an easy one. And you just screw the filters on. So that's the reason we do include refrigerant oil with that charge. And that is some of the diagnostic too, in case afterwards it's not working. We go into the electrical. So that's what I tell you. She goes, just do it. I don't care. So I hung up the machine, pull it all out. It's supposed to hold. It's 25 ounces low. I forget exactly, but I remember being 25 ounces low. So I I suck it down, fill it back up to the proper amount, blowing ice cold. So I go in and let her know that. It's blowing ice cold. You're good. It was 25 ounces low. And she's like, does that mean I got a leak? And I go, you probably got a leak somewhere, but it passed the vacuum test. I did my due diligence, looking around, sniffing it. I couldn't find a leak, a big leak anywhere else. And then she's like, should I be concerned? I go, don't be concerned. The service ended up being with the refrigerant. I don't know what it was, $180, somewhere right around there. And then I told her, I said, my wife's car has had a leak for a couple of years. I go, once a year, I pull it in, I fill it with refrigerant, I look for the leaks, I do my due diligence because I am ASC certified in air conditioning. I am MAC certified. So according to Section 609 of the Clean Air Act, I have to do my due diligence and look for a leak. I cannot add refrigerant to a vehicle that is leaking. So I'll get back more on that in a second. So I tell her, I said, once a year, once every 2 years, you're probably going to have to come in and get it fixed. I go, I can start hunting around, really, really digging deep into it and find that $1,000 part, because the average AC repair is $1,000. No joke. That is what the average repair is. They said, or I can just fill it up. You just fill it up every year or so. She's like, I think I'll do that. I'm like, yes, that's what you should do. But yeah, so being certified, I have to abide by certain laws and restrictions. I take air conditioning very, very seriously because it is like, so you just don't want to be, releasing this stuff into the atmosphere. R12, which there's still plenty of it. You still see it every now and then. Gets in the ozone layer, takes 20 years to break down. But for that 20 years, it's doing damage to our ozone layer. R134A, though it is better, still does damage to the ozone layer, but only does it for 10 years instead of 20 years. I haven't heard the numbers on the new 1234YF yet, like what kind of damage that's doing. It's a refrigerant, so it's going to do some kind of damage. So Section 609 says that if I see a leak, I cannot charge the system. But that gets some customers really mad. I just need it charged up. It comes in every few months. I just charge it. And I'm like, I can't do that. That's against the law. You're more than welcome to take it down the road to someone else that may not care. But if I can visibly see a leak, or as I charge it up, as I'm using my leak detector, it locates a leak. I have to suck down all the refrigerant and leave it empty. Which I don't. Like, if I pulled out 5 ounces, I'm going to give you your 5 ounces back. That's kind of a gray area on the law and whether I'm even allowed to do that. But I don't think I'm going to get busted for giving someone back what they came in with. So don't ask me to do that. But AC system, the new 1234YF, we're starting to see more and more cars. The average evacuation and recharge for just 2 or 3 ounces, that's running $400. So if you got one of those cars like I do, man, it's going to break you when that system goes to hell. So that's all I got for today. We're running out of time. Try and keep these under 10 minutes. Air conditioning season. There's no preventative maintenance, no nothing else. When it goes out, visit your local Tires Plus, Firestone Complete Auto Care, Hibden Tires Plus, or Wheelworks if you're out west. And let's do a $9.99 AC system visual inspection today.